Commonwealth Games may be over, but the political games, it seems, have only just begun. And not surprisingly, the man making all the news is the Games Organizing Committee Chief, Suresh Kalmadi, who's breaking his silence now for the first time here on CNN-IBN since the Games are over. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Kalmadi. Less than 24 hours after the Games were over, the Prime Minister ordered a multi-agency probe into the Games and allegations of corruption, including the CAG, the CBC. Doesn't it suggest that prima facie the Prime Minister also accepts that the corruption allegations are serious?
Well, it's good that he ordered it because he had committed to Parliament and to the public that he will have a probe, and I'm happy it has started. We have welcomed the probe, and we will give all the answers.
You seem reasonably confident. You're not nervous. You're not nervous that a probe has been ordered and therefore questions could be raised and your role will come under scrutiny?
Not at all. I'd like the public to know what sort of role I played, and we have given a great Games, and we are ready for any probe.
But Mr. Kalmadi, not only does the Prime Minister order a probe, but he then chooses to meet all the winning athletes a day later and doesn't invite you. No. In a sense, he invites the sports minister, but you're not invited.
No, too much is being made into all that. Let me tell you, I was busy with seeing off over 10,000 people who had come as our guests. I was in the hotel the whole day. The chef de mission did ring me up that we have to go to the Prime Minister's place and Mrs. Gandhi's place, and I said, you do that. I'm busy with all my athletes and all the people that come from abroad.
You're not persona non grata, because even Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi meet the winning athletes and you're not there. Are you persona non grata or isolated by the Congress?
Not at all, not at all.
You are a Congress MP after all. Yeah. So, I mean, you're a Congress MP, Organising Committee Chairman, the face of the Commonwealth Games, and then when the athletes are celebrated by the Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi, you're not invited.
My chef de mission was there. I was busy at the airport seeing off the people.
Are you're sounding reasonably calm, Mr. Kalmadi. Is this the calm before the storm? Are you worried that these inquiries into irregularities will somewhere come to haunt you?
Well, the storm was much earlier, but after the storm we produced a great Games, and we are ready to face it all.
You're ready to face it all. You have nothing to hide. You will provide every document to the CAG, CBC.
Not at all. You see, you must know that I have not taken any decision alone. There is an executive board of the Organizing Committee which takes all the decisions, and in the executive committee there are 2 members from the central government, there are 2 members from the Delhi government, and there are 2 members from the Commonwealth Games Federation. So all decisions are taken collectively. I have not taken any decision alone.
You see, the reason I'm asking these questions at the start is because the Prime Minister's office even told some journalists that while those who brought glory to the country must be honoured, those who brought shame to the country will be held accountable and must be shunned. Do you sense that somewhere the Prime Minister's office is sending a message to Suresh Kalmadi by not inviting him to his residence, even though you're a Congress MP and the IOA President and the Commonwealth Games?
No, I don't think so at all.
Am I to then believe that Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, in a sense, have been satisfied, fully satisfied, and have endorsed the Commonwealth Games? They've supported you right through?
No, that you should ask them. But you see, they were very much part of the Games. They came for many events. They sat in with the spectators, cheered the teams up, and all the players felt very happy about it, that they both were there in many of the disciplines. They were there for boxing, but they were there for wrestling, they were there for hockey. So people enjoyed seeing them there.
Again, there's the question of Sheila Dikshit. 2 days ago, she hits out at you virtually, saying that if there is any corruption, it is in the loans that were given to the Organising Committee. You then hit back at her, saying, don't see my silence as a sign of my guilt. Look at your own house.
You know, I have kept quiet all along. I have never spoken because I was interested in having a successful Commonwealth Games. So I kept quiet throughout. That should not be seen as a sign of weakness or that I am weak in any manner. And but now that the Games are over and they have been successfully over, now I shall speak out. And if anybody says such language, I will have to speak out. And I did reply to Mrs. Dikshit. I said, set your own house in order before you show your fingers at others.
What do you mean by when you say set your own house in order? Are you saying that the major expenses of these Commonwealth Games were with the Delhi government, therefore the Delhi government must answer for the civic works, not Suresh Kalmadi?
She has a budget of 16,000 crores. and that was all the construction part of it. I had nothing to do with any construction. My budget was just 1600 crores to organizing the games, to deliver the games. That's about it. So she has to answer for a lot of things, and she shouldn't put the blame on somebody else.
What you are saying effectively is that the Commonwealth Games budget was 1600 crores was with you. All the civic works were handled by other departments, whether it's the Urban Development Ministry or the Delhi government. You're not responsible if a footbridge collapses. You're saying that you're now going to take the stand that hold me accountable only for those departments where you were involved, only for the 1600
Everybody criticized me for that foot overbridge falling down. That was not my business. That was the business of PWD, which belongs to the Delhi government. They have to answer for it, not me.
Are you then saying that, were you hurt? Were you angry with the way Ms. Sheila Dikshit responded? Did it suggest that the whole concept of collective responsibility is gone? That these Commonwealth Games that Sheila Dikshit was shirking responsibility and putting the responsibility on Suresh Kalmadi?
See, when the Prime Minister has already ordered a probe and people have been made in charge, I mean, she doesn't have to talk about some other organization. She should talk of her own organization. She should keep her own house in order and see that nothing has happened there.
Are you saying that there could be corruption in the civic works?
I mean, I don't know, but that's for her to see.
But you're saying that's what she should be focusing on?
Yeah, that's it.
So what you're saying is that you believe that you no longer will see your silence as a sign of your guilt.
Yeah.
You are saying that once the games were declared a success by Mike Fennell and by the various people who came to India, post that you want a pat on the back. And are you hurt that you haven't got, nobody has come out and said, Suresh Kalmadi, well done. Is that what you're looking for?
All the athletes who came here, they have said they've enjoyed the games. They said these are the best games. All the people who visited, they said good. Now, everybody, that's enough of a pat on the back for me. I don't need any more.
But how do you react to those who will say that the reason for the successful conduct of the games was because the government bureaucrats got in at the last minute, headed by the cabinet secretary, that committee in a sense drove the final stretch of the games, not the organizing committee, not Suresh Kalmadi. So if the credit has to be given, it should be given to the government bureaucrats, not to the organizing committee.
Listen, the organizing committee had been at work for years, and we got a 4,000 strong workforce which did the job. You have to give them their credit too. But yes, Mr. Chandrasekhar came, he helped us out quite a bit in the last 1 month. I'm very thankful to him. He did a great job. And all our bottlenecks which were there, he got it cleared. I'm thankful to him.
You keep, in all my interviews with you, you made a point that the organizing committee's budget was 1600 crores. The budget of the Delhi government was 16,000 crores. The budget of the sports ministry was 10,000 crores. Do you believe that all these other ministries, all these other departments must also be scrutinized? That at the end of the day, there must be a greater accountability across the board. It cannot only be the organizing committee.
But that's there now. I mean, everybody has been looked into. It's not just the organizing committee. Every department has been looked into.
No, that's
the terms of reference.
That's what I'm saying. With every department being looked into, is that what you felt was unfair about what Sheila Dikshit said? That you cannot single out one committee, one department.
Definitely it was very unfair. That's why I said first let her put her own house in order. That's all I said.
Was that in your way, was that Suresh Kalmadi's way of sending out a subtle message to Sheila Dikshit? That look, Sheila ji, enough is enough?
Yeah, I've said that. I mean, let people look after their own house and not point fingers at others, because when you point one finger, 4 fingers are pointing towards the other person.